Inu to Kuzu, or Dog and Scum, is a manga that I've fallen in love with despite how dark it is. Normally I like the lighter and happier stuff, but when a manga is this well drawn, this well written, it's hard to stop reading it. Inu to Kuzu is a new manga serialized in Kodansha's weekly Young magazine. Don't be fooled by the title just because it has Young in it. The magazine publishes seinen manga. Some of them are ecchi, bordering on pornography, like Why the Hell Are You Here, Teacher? Or Parallel Paradise. Others, like Manchu Ahen Squad or My Home Hero, aren't really ecchi, but are definitely geared towards adults. Manchu Ahen Squad is about the opium trade during Japan's occupation of China, while My Home Hero is about a man who murders someone to protect his daughter. Meanwhile, Inu to Kuzu is a dark mystery/romance about a man who lost some of his memories and the wife of his childhood friend. Sakuraba Haruma was never able to live up to anyone's expectations. Even his mother compared him to his childhood friend, Shuji Unakai. Every day, he lives in the shadow of that friend. No matter what he does, Sakuraba always compares himself to Shuji, and finds himself lacking. Where Shuji was bright, smart, outgoing, and always having fun, Sakuraba was gloomy, dumb, and weak-willed. Lately, he's been so exhausted that he hasn't been able to clean up after himself. He collapses as soon as he gets home, still wearing his suit. One day, while doing some errands on his day off, he slips in the snow and lands at the feet of his high school crush, Rika Sumi. To this day, she's still the most beautiful person Sakuraba has ever met. Sakuraba had always been in love with her, but before he could confess his feelings, Shuji started dating her. After college, the two got married. Sakuraba was happy for his friends, but part of him was always a bit jealous at how brightly they shone. The two go to a family restaurant to catch up. Sakuraba is wondering what Sumi is doing in Hokkaido. He asks if Shuji is coming as well. The question startles Sumi, and she knocks over her drink. Shuji didn't come with her, she tells him with a blank stare on her face. Sakuraba wonders what happened between the two of them. Sumi suddenly leaves the cafe and Sakuraba chases after her. He offers to let her stay at his place instead of a manga cafe, and Sumi accepts. That night, as he lay in the kitchen, Sumi comes to him and asks if they can talk. She's been having insomnia. As she apologizes for imposing on Sakuraba, he notices how sad and vulnerable she is. Without thinking, he embraces her. Sumi melts into his arms and the two sleep together. Not in the pejorative sense, they just fall asleep holding each other. We get a flashback to high school, one of many in this series, and we see that Sumi was abused at home. Sakuraba met her one snowy evening outside of a convenience store and notes the bruise on her face. We then get a cutaway from snowy Hokkaido back to Tokyo. Hidden beneath the bright lights are dark, appliance-filled alleys, and in the middle of one, snow piling atop his body, lays Shuji, dead. As I stated before, this is a mystery manga, but also a romance manga. It's a second chance for Sakuraba to be with Sumi. But how did Shuji die? And why is Sumi having trouble sleeping? And why did she freak out when Sakuraba asked about Shuji? Has he been dead for a while? Was he murdered? To me, the biggest mystery of all is the title, Dog and Scum. Who is the dog, and who is the scum? Is Shuji the scum? In future chapters, we see just how much of a scumbag he was. Does that make Sumi the dog? She was abused by her parents and neglected by her husband, but remained loyal to him. Or is she the scum, taking advantage of the dog, Sakuraba? All of these and more I hope to have the answers to, but the manga is ongoing. Unfortunately, there is no legal way to read this manga. The artwork is absolutely top-notch, the character designs are gorgeous, and I love it when a new chapter comes out. Unlike a lot of mysteries, where questions lead to more questions, we get some answers here and there. The plot progresses, but also thickens. Fortunately, with Kodansha being the publisher, we should get a legal release soon. We might end up with an anime, but with how realistic this manga is, it'll more than likely be made into a TV drama. If it does get released, I'll update the notes and provide a link to Bookwalker. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to Mater to Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. I'm doing a push and trying to post new videos every weekday for the next few months, so look forward to lots of new videos in the future. Or you can click here for more romance content. I've also started a Patreon. You can click the link below or go to patreon.com/Danon. Stay safe, and I'll see you all again next time on Musings by Danon.